Hello. We're live.
Hello.
See, which one am I?
And they go to get beer.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do, and then you were like, we should go live.
Well, we should.
Waiting for Dad to get out of the beer fridge.
Facebook doesn't tell me we were live.
Oh no.
Let me find out.
I gotta drink this one first.
Oh, look, we're live now.
We are. We have any
Turn
viewers?
this down. Tim Trainer?
What?
Hey, Tim! Are we gonna talk about golf? We're gonna drink beer, Tim.
So what are we feeling? An IPA or a stout?
Well, I have a milk stout.
And I have a black lager.
So do I fit in or do I stand out?
You? I think that's
I
always
guess we're gonna go with the
answered.
vacation juice then.
Oh, excellent. You want to drink it from that thing? We can always give it to Lisa after we wash it.
Where is it?
It's on the sidebar. Just give it a little rinse. So, welcome to Music Monday. Julie was out of town, and so we didn't actually talk. Nobody told me what we were doing. Then I get home, I've already made the post, and then Julie and Steve were like, no, we're playing these songs that we thought were hard, and now we realize they're not.
We have several that we thought were hard when we first started playing them.
You want to take off the black thing.
Okay.
It unscrews.
Oh, I wasn't
you
going
gotta
to
tell
tell her that.
She was there when we were doing it.
I was.
Yeah, but she might not have been paying attention to us
Why do I have to
because
take
we're
off the
her
black thing?
fans. Well, I guess you don't have to.
And I was gonna pour it in.
Yeah.
But if you're going to drink it,
You have to
with
drink.
tap.
Put your mouth on the black plastic if you want to.
And that,
Or on the thing that is designed for
it doesn't
drinking.
fit in the black plastic.
Right.
Oh, what is? I'm so confused about how this works. This is unnecessarily complicated.
Yes, it is. It's so that you can put a bottle in there.
Oh.
And
See if the can fits in there.
I mean,
Now you can put the black plastic back on top.
there we go.
Okay, now there's
Now you
that.
feel better?
I'm satisfied. Yes.
Good.
You're going to dribble all over your chin when you try to drink that.
No, not
Okay.
because the can.
Anyway, we were going to do a selection of or several tunes that when we first played them we thought they were really hard. One of them it was my first student and I were working on it and saying, oh my God, you know, we can't play this. The kids will never be able to play this because we had a whole bunch of teenagers, young teenagers at the time.
Because they can't play
And
words.
that was my eye-opening experience, learning that teenagers can do a lot of stuff that I couldn't do. So anyway, we're going to play that one. We're going to play a Strathspey that Jill and I both thought was pretty hard when we first started.
Well, it was less that I thought the Strathspeys were hard, and more that I just thought that the style of music was difficult. It didn't make sense to me when I first started out. There's a lot of nuance and subtlety that goes into Strathspeys. So, that was hard. And then we're going to do beer with
the
beer.
curlew.
Oh, the curlew, yeah.
I'll do the curlew because the curlew is.
I sang a song about the curlew once.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
But it was a difficult tune when I first picked it up and isn't so difficult anymore.
Yeah, because he practiced it. It's amazing
Whoa,
how that works,
that's
right?
amazing.
Wow.
Man. That's,
Oh,
that's
and
incredible.
cheers, Quinn. And hello, Carmen, and hi, Martin. The Haggis. Hey, I like it. We're the Haggis.
Y'all can be Haggis.
So,
Yes.
Go ahead, Clark.
no, I wasn't sure whether to say that or not. But so Jill and I were thinking that one Music Monday we should try something completely different and sing a song.
I thought we would make that a surprise. You wanted it to be a surprise for everybody.
Okay, I didn't say a word.
Yeah. You were like, oh, we should just surprise everybody with that. Like, there's something we need to discuss when we're not actually live.
It's okay. They'll forget. And good afternoon, Bill. And hello, Michael. And David.
All the regulars.
All the beeps. I am drinking. Well, we're going to get into that later. I'm just going to breathe really heavily on you.
Well, we got, most of the. Where's Pam? Pam's not here yet.
It's beautiful. It smells amazing. It smells like a peanut butter cup.
It does.
Michael, as in Michael Brownlee.
As in Michael Brownlee.
Indeed.
Michael, if you know about tomorrow night, send me a thumbs up or something. Otherwise, I'll send you information. It's Troy thing.
Looks like Martin's having trouble going off and on.
Yeah.
I have been there, done that. Y'all, okay, so I love this English folk group called Show of Hands. And I saw that about once a week while I'm at work, doing things like categorizing and filing, that doesn't take a lot of brain, I'll see that they go live. And knowing what it's like to be somebody who goes live and how cool it is to have people actually tune in, I will tune in. And at some point, I think the guy who plays the fiddle, Phil.
Yes. Phil the fiddler.
Phil the fiddler. He did something, said something, and I commented on it. And he's like, "Oh, Pam Boyd Brownlee, that's a great name." And I was like, so it was kind of fun.
Which show is it?
Show of Hands.
Show of Hands.
Remember the
okay.
people that
Yeah,
do Roots?
Yeah.
Which we really need to get that
I know
CD.
Show of Hands.
Because I love that song. You know, I do.
I
So
wonder if they
anyhow.
even make CDs anymore.
Or something. Wisconsin! Chris! I bet it's nice and cool up there. One would
Bad
hope.
here. It was 68 degrees this morning when I was up running.
I know. Not that we would have known because the windows were closed.
It was humid.
It was humid. I don't think I've ever been to Wisconsin.
I have. I've been to Milwaukee.
Really?
Yeah. It was at Christmas, and so there was a lot of snow, and I helped Santa Claus get his car out of the snow. I was 7 years old.
Oh, so you knew he was Santa.
Yep. And he was
Santa
was
lives
there.
in
He was-
Wisconsin?
he was there getting his car. I'm sure it was a gift for somebody, and he had to take it out of the garage, but it was stuck in the snow. But then my 56-year-old mother went down a hill on a little round disc, a snow disc.
You
That
know,
was fun.
I totally would have done that. You know, I would do that now.
I know, she was so old. I was 7.
Your ancient 56-year-old mother.
It's true.
I was 7.
Yes.
So it's been an interesting week for us. We found out that a family friend is having triplets.
Pretty much everybody's reaction was, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" And
Yes,
that's kind of her
pretty much.
reaction too.
So-
And her husband is the doctor who did the ultrasound where they found out that they were triplets.
Can
And I
you
just would have
imagine?
loved to be a fly on that wall.
Yes.
Like,
and her going, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
He thought one of them had a little cyst. He thought it was a uterine cyst.
Yes, on the bladder. If it was a
on the
bladder.
Yeah, on
with
the
a
bladder.
cyst.
He thought it was a
Yes.
cyst on the bladder. But
That's
it
because
wasn't.
he is not an OB.
I think it's a boy.
Yeah.
That was
And
it.
and Chris says that Wisconsin is absolutely beautiful. I believe that. I also think it's a state that people don't necessarily think about. So you don't get people going, "Oh, let's go to Wisconsin for vacation." So you don't have to deal with that.
It's after 4. We should play some music.
We should.
Okay.
What do you want to start with? Let from Florida?
Why not?
Let from Florida.
So again,
And let's
these
do an
are
American.
tunes
Why
that
not? Yeah.
when Steve and Julian first learned them, they thought that they were hard.
So this one's called Flet from Florida. I still have my old sheet music where at the top I wrote Fumble Fingers. I did not like this tune. I thought it was way too hard to play, and now it's second nature. I've been playing it for years.
When we played it, the first season we played it in pipe band, Steve called it over and over and
Over.
over again to force the pipers to learn it because, you know, they wouldn't learn anything.
And then we'll be playing Mari's Wedding right after because that's what we usually play after Flet from Florida, and we want to give you guys more music rather than less music. Mari's Wedding has always been easy.
What?
I guess I might. Do I have to?
Nope.
Oh, you're terrible.
I mean, we really don't need you. It's only if you want to play.
Ready?
to not mention, we talked a little bit last week about a competition that Jillian and Martin and I all entered. I don't know if anybody else out there did. But we got results in, and I think all of us have been pretty happy. You know, I know Martin got a 4th place. I don't know in the last time he was in a competition.
It's pretty damn good.
But that's pretty damn good in
Fourth
grade
or
2
third?
snare, which I will never be in.
You're going to be 4th or 3rd?
I think he said 4th.
Correct us
Right.
if we're wrong.
Yep, correct. Hey, Pam!
She made it.
Backup power and backup internet.
And Mary.
Oh, yes, Mary. Hey, Mary. I want to see. There we go. Oh, his mate's wife had triplets. Spent 2 weeks looking for the other 2 fellas. That's funny. I got a 6th in the grade 4 senior snare and a 3rd in the 2 bass events.
Okay. Nice.
So, and some really good comments as well.
Yeah, I still need to look at my score sheets, but I got I didn't place it all in the 6-8 March, which I really think was just because there was a really high caliber of piper, and
There were so many
there
people.
were so many
competing.
people, and you know, I don't practice my 6-8 March, so like I'm not mad about it. But I did get a 1st in my hornpipe jig, which is my first ever first place in grade 2, so that's exciting.
Oh, yeah, sure is.
Yeah, and then I entered a 2-4 March, which you have to submit 2 tunes for the 2-4 March
In grade
and
2.
in grade 2, and I submitted the only 2 that I have, which are the one that I know really really well, and the one that I just got and had memorized, but like haven't really worked on very much. My teacher was the judge.
For that event.
For that event in particular, and I can just, Nick is not a diabolical man, but I can still picture him going, oh, she submitted Morag Ramsey, did she? I guess she's ready to compete with it, alright, and he picked that one, the one that I didn't know that well. So I gambled and I failed, but I still got a 4th place.
Yes, she did.
So,
And with,
Gabby gave you a woot.
with that many
Woot
people
indeed.
registered, what they do is when you get to 20 competitors, they break it into different heats. So the maximum number, and probably is what she did to me with, was 20 people. So she beat 16 people
yeah.
in that event. So
From what I understand, there were more than 1,000 entries. So by that we mean, you know, I might, for example, I'm one person, but I had 3 entries. And when you look at the judging that is done, it's the number of entries that counts more than the number of people. Because if you have 100 people and each of them enter one thing, then that's only 100 entries. But you could have 100 people and each could enter 5 things. That's 500 entries to
Yes.
judge. So, 500 events.
it's a lot to coordinate.
It is.
I know from personal experience
Yes.
doing that.
So anyway.
So, what are we drinking?
Oh, excellent. Oh my god.
Beer.
Is it good?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, so Steve doesn't want this. And
Anything
Pam's
from me.
like, thank you, Pam. So, I picked this up the other day. I love Left Hand Brewing has a milk stout that's just beautiful. And then I saw that they have a peanut butter milk stout. It is so good. It is so smooth and
Is
creamy
it better
delicious.
than
Thanks, Pam and Martin.
Yes.
Better than
You don't like peanut butter in your beer.
I know, it's better than
Yes.
olive oil.
Yes.
Oh, there's peanut butter in it for sure.
Oh my god.
It smells
yes.
like a Reese's
Smells
cup.
like dirty socks.
No, it smells like a Reese's cup. Uh-oh.
Tastes a lot better than I thought it would. I don't want it, but
That's
It-
really good.
Isn't
didn't-
that awesome?
It didn't make me gag.
I'm drinking this from my little cup that was handmade in Islay, in Scotland.
When we went, yes. I am drinking Baba Black Lager. Baba Black Lager.
We
From
went yesterday.
Unita Brewing Company, yes.
Did
We
you
went-
want to tell them about
Oh,
504?
you can tell. It's fine.
Okay, so we have these things called pub passes, which basically you buy one for $20. It has a list of 20 bars and breweries in the area, and you go to each of those places and they give you a free beer. So a lot of them are in New Orleans, and we went to 2 yesterday, one being the 504 Craft Beer Reserve, which they don't make any beer of their own, but they do have taps, and then you can buy 6-packs and singles and all kinds of things. Which you can also drink there for a $1 uncorking fee, or $1 corking fee, which I think is really fun. So they went a little nuts yesterday at the Craft Beer Reserve.
Tastes like sheep. Yeah. Oh, and before we go on too far, everybody say hi to Hunter, who is my cousin in Georgia.
Hey Hunter, how's it going?
He not only showed up, but he stuck his head out and said hi. Hunter, this is a bunch of great people here, by the way.
Oh, this is delicious.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, oh, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't spill it.
I'm not gonna. I'm just looking at the can now.
You may be the only Georgia person, though, Hunter.
I thought you said Mary was here.
Oh, Mary's here. That's true. I should have said. I know. Well, Mary didn't stick her head out. It just showed me that she was there.
I can't see the name Salt Lake City anymore without thinking of the Book of Mormon musical.
Oh no.
Well, no, there's like a whole ballad where the main woman sings about this mythical place that she heard about, where everything was wonderful and perfect because the Mormons told her it was so, and it's called Salt Lake City because she lives in Uganda and doesn't speak English. So yeah, it's
Salt Lake
Kasiti. Yeah,
Kasiti.
And it's funny because like she has this whole song and it's really funny. Like it's a ballad and it's hilarious, but it's also really hilarious. And then later, her entire worldview just gets shattered, and she does a reprise of it. And you're like, 5 minutes ago, somebody was having a spooky Mormon hell dream, and Darth Vader was on the stage, and now I'm crying. Like what? What is this emotional whiplash that just happened? Anyway. So yeah, this beer is from Salt Lake City. That's why I brought that up.
So what do you drink?
I'm drinking Vacation Juice.
And?
It is delicious. It is from Second Line Brewing.
Where we were yesterday.
Yeah, that was the other place we went yesterday. And this was on all of their merch. Like a lot of breweries will take like a beer and just promote the hell out of it. This was theirs. This is the logo that was on all of their merch.
Yes, it's the
Vacation
National
Juice.
Animal of Scotland.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's a hazy IPA.
Blow up unicorn.
And it is delicious. A blow up unicorn specifically.
Yes.
If I ever open a whiskey bar, I'll have to have a blow up unicorn.
Oh,
Right?
that is so good.
I don't know if you'll like it or
Did we
not.
not have this, Justin?
No.
did
This
not.
is. I bought a can of it. There
I
it
wish
is.
we had gotten that.
That's
Oh,
okay.
no.
We've got so many that are ready to go up.
But this is so good. This is priceless. He was holding his nose. It was great.
I don't know. We gave him one the other day where he actually stood up and walked away. So that was good.
And it was something like a pool full of butterflies. Was the name of it?
No, that was that.
Swimming in Pools of
O'Reilly.
Butterflies was the old rail one. This was Homey
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we had that at somewhere other than here.
Somewhere
Yeah.
other than here. Yes.
Somebody showed up
Good
to
save.
our beer share with a growler full of this, and we gave him a taste of it, and he made that face, and he got up and walked away, continuing to make that face. It was great. We got it on video. Don't worry.
Yes.
Check out our TikTok if you want to see Steve trying IPAs.
It's
Yeah.
It is hysterical.
It's torture.
We have fun.
All right,
Right.
so we should
What
try
do you
something else.
What do you want to play? You want to play
What do you
Beer with Jillian? Let's do that set.
Okay.
This one is the opposite. The first tune is the one that it was not hard. It's the one that's in this category. It wasn't hard to play.
It was
it's
hard to
remember.
memorize.
It's hard to memorize because it's while every part is different, they all sound to our fingers very much alike.
Yeah, they Beer with Jillian, that whole set.
Oh,
Beer with
gotcha.
Jillian set.
So the tune that we're focusing on, we're playing a whole set of it because it's a fun set, and we played it earlier and it sounded good. So we're gonna play it for you guys now, and hope it still sounds good. The first tune in this set is called Beer with Jillian. Most of y'all remember the whole beer without Jillian nonsense that happened a few years back. And while I was in Lubbock, these two went to a lot of breweries without me, and we posted everything on social media.
Many.
Hashtag beer without Jillian.
So then she moved home because we couldn't do it anymore.
So when I moved away, or when I moved back home from Lubbock, the pipe major that I had been playing with out there, his whole thing was whenever somebody leaves, he names a tune after them, and so he named a tune Beer with Jillian.
It could have been so much worse.
It could have been a lot worse. My friend Nick got one called Nick's Small Pipe. So, yeah, could have been a lot worse. Especially because I was the only girl in that band. He could have gone in so many directions. I still talk to Patrick sometimes. He's a nice dude. I have a t-shirt with his face on it.
I have a t-shirt with my face on it.
By the by.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, but does it say rock out with your pipe out?
No, I do not. No.
I almost have a t-shirt.
That's
with
good,
me on
though.
it One day.
That's good.
I know, we need to get those t-shirts going.
Yep.
I do.
Hey guys, start harassing us about our new t-shirts. Like, I'm not even kidding. We need to
They're
get
so
t-shirts
cool.
made. We're just trying to figure out an ordering system, like how we can get people, like, you know, to do pre-orders and whatnot. So, like...
So we don't have to, like, try and guess what sizes everybody wants and everything. We'll
Right.
just pre-order.
Because that never works out.
And
So
then
yeah,
ship them.
harass us about the t-shirts, because they're really, really cool designs.
They're so cool. I guess we need to put them on the page one day. I just don't want to lose, I don't want to
Right.
put them up until people can immediately say, oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, it's worth leaving all these fun people to go get the job.
Absolutely. The other thing in Beer with Julian, and with the tune on the end, Brenda Stubert, is the burl, which...
That's hard for every piper.
Yep, it took me bitching at him for like a long time that I kept telling him I can't play this movement, I can't do it, they're stupid, what even is the point? And then going to a workshop in Atlanta and learning how to do it in a week.
Yep.
And great.
You did what?
And I learned it in like a week.
Oh, yeah.
Or weekend.
Weekend. Atlanta was
conference,
weekends, yeah.
It's a really fun little bubbly note, though.
Your burls are good.
My burls are good. My burls aren't that good today, but they're usually really, really good. My teacher gives me lots of tunes with burls in them because they pop off my finger as well.
Yes, they
So.
do.
And then he yells at me because I don't play them right. Only a little bit.
It's okay. That's what you pay him the big bucks for.
It is.
Is the yelling.
Indeed. I say yells. It's more like he gives me the disappointed eyebrows and then tells me what I'm doing wrong, and that's somehow worse.
So if people are, I don't know if anybody's actually very curious, I actually printed off my score sheets just as an example. For drumming, the way they judge you, so first of all, they're going to judge you based on the level you're at. For example, I was competing in grade 4. The numbers get smaller the better you get. Martin was competing in grade 2. They're going to be looking at different things on him than they are on me. For example, a grade 4 snare drummer is probably not going to get comments about their flams being flat because they've probably gotten past that. Just like a grade 2 or 3 drummer is not really going to get comments about crossing noises.
You meant piper.
Piper. Did I say
You said drummer.
Sorry. Yeah, so a higher level piper isn't going to get a comment about crossing noises. That's the sort of thing you work out when you're a beginner. But basically,
Unless you somehow spontaneously develop crossing noises as a higher level piper and your instructor yells at you for it.
well, to keep it very
Yeah, okay, that
simple,
happens.
I'm going to look at the bass because it doesn't have a lot of terminology that people don't know. Let's see. So first they'll start on the intro. I played an MSR, which stands for a march, a strathspey, and a reel. One of the tricky parts about those is the going from one to the other because they have different feels and different tempos. So basically, he says, very good intro, tempo solid throughout. He says my mallets might be too firm, so I'm going to pull up my softer ones. Nice work, use of open space and rest. That's something you have to about drumming is they can't miss you if you don't go away. It's just important. Then he says it's a good break to the strathspey set, to the strathspey. He tells me to work on my idiom, which is in a strathspey for drummers. It's hard, soft, medium, soft. And sometimes it's hard to get that medium. It's easy to get hard, so it's like boom, boom, boom. Stop. You're a bad person, and
You
I
said
am your
it.
mother.
What'd she say?
That it's easy to get hard.
Well, a minute ago she was talking about, having softened mouth. I like hard mouths.
Oh, good lord. Then he tells me, good break to reel, well-established real pulse, could use more syncopated phrasing. I'm working on that. And a clean ending. Nice and relaxed run with a few minor timing issues. Work on expanding your library of phrases with more dots and cuts and triplet combinations. So that's the kind of thing that a beginning bass drummer is going to get.
See, you also have another issue that is not addressed there in the strathspey, because in bagpipes, pipers can't adjust volume. We can only adjust rhythm.
Right.
So a strathspey rhythm for us is, ba 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 ba. You've got long, short, medium, short, and it's
Same thing as drums.
put that in with
Hard,
dynamics,
soft, medium, soft.
and then it becomes even more complex.
Yes.
And that's what makes strathspeys hard for pipers. It's a weird rhythm.
Strathspeys are hard for everybody.
For anybody who doesn't grow up listening to that music, and if in America we don't have that many tells, so we don't grow up listening to it, so it's difficult to learn. It's like learning a language. It's like learning a language when you're an adult. Not necessarily an easy thing to do.
Right. Which is why if you're going to start playing any of this music, they tell you just start listening. to it. Doesn't have to be pipe music or drum music. Start listening to the music. There's a certain construct of Celtic music. You know, there's an A part, a B part, and a repeat. You know, that kind of thing. First ending, second. There's a structure that you get after a while. So, got anything to say, Julie? You're just gonna like.
Oh no, I'm just looking at my score sheets. Also, Martin said, sent you the 6/8 that I got composed from my dad.
Yes. Yes, I saw that you had posted that.
What?
Oh.
No, Martin said that to Julia.
Oh, he said. Oh, okay. I saw that he was. He had a thing of him playing it.
Oh.
But yeah, excellent.
I mean, I'm always up for new tunes. I've been playing Angus Buchanan for years. Years.
Well, that would be fun to walk up and play one the judge has never heard of.
Yeah. So the time to do that, I have been told, is when you submit 2 tunes, because you know you submit basically one for the traditionalists and one for the people who are bored. And the judge picks whatever
sense.
they feel like hearing that day. The ballsiest move I ever saw in a competition. It was an open competition, professional level bagpipers. You have to submit 3 of each kind of tune, and you literally just walk up to the judge and you say, "For my march," or this is a hornpipe jig competition. So he said, "For my hornpipe, I have this tune, and this tune." And the judge says, "Let's hear this one." He says, "Okay, for my jig, I have this tune, and this tune that I wrote." And the judge says, "You know what? Let's hear the tune that you wrote." I'm like, I would never. Never.
But he's a composer.
Okay, I mean, I know it was E.J. Jones and he's a composer, but still, the balls.
Ballsy, yeah. But Sandy Jones was the judge. Sandy Jones is mid-'80s, late 80s.
Yeah, Sandy's heard everything.
So Sandy's heard it. Sandy was in the band that played John Kennedy's funeral. So, you know, that tells you how old Sandy is.
I've been playing for Sandy since I started playing pipes, and my favorite score sheet comment has come from him, because he used to get on me all the time about playing things too fast, because I was young, I was feisty, I wanted to play everything at top speed, whether or not it should be played then. Since then, I have learned that not everything should be played super fast. But I played something for Sandy, and the first thing he wrote on my score sheet was, "You know, Jillian, I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have to tell you to speed something up, but here we are."
But here we are.
And I was like, "Thank you, Sandy, I
Sandy
appreciate
gets
that."
good comments.
He does.
I enjoy playing for him, and he always tells me after. I don't know if he does it for everybody, but he always tells me, "It's so nice to hear you play again."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I get a lot of that from judges. Really nice to hear you play. You got last place. What the hell?
It doesn't mean that you're bad, it just means everybody else is better.
All right, so what do you play?
Quinn says
Curly,
that
Curly, go for it.
Quinn says that Andro, which is a Britain group, plays dance tunes with a different structure as well. I'm gonna have to look them up because we've played some Breton tunes and it does have a really different
I know the
feel.
Andro.
Do you know the Andro?
EJ plays it. I don't like know it, but it's a fantastic tune. I've heard it done by a bunch of people.
It's not a group. It's the instrument.
It's tune.
Oh,
and it's the dance.
What's the
gotcha.
dance too?
Yeah.
Like Sean Cruz is the tune and the dance.
Right. So I've seen it done by Piper Jones Band, and I've seen it done by Carlos Nunez, who again, Carlos Nunez, guys, look him up. I need to post a link of his music. He's an amazing Breton piper. But yeah, but you can always tell when the Andro is happening if you don't hear them announce it, because they'll usually get people up to do the dance. It's very, very easy, just like a lot of back and forth and around and like all of that. It's really cool.
Kind of like the electric slide.
Yeah, like everybody links hands and just kind of like winds around, and it's very cool. But yeah, we should learn it. It's a neat.
This is the curlew, and when I was practicing earlier,
Andros or
my
style, my
pencil
bad,
came
sorry.
off my finger. What?
Andro is a style. I've been corrected. Thank you.
So we'll see if I can actually get this to come out. It's been interesting playing tonight without my brace.
He played it pretty well earlier, so I'm gonna sit back here and drink.
Me too.
fun to play, as well as to listen to. Make sure
A curlew is a bird, right?
Yeah, bird.
What kind of bird?
Curlew.
See, I always, for some reason, read it as curlew, and I was just like picturing some dude with a sheep, just like,
Curlew. You should name a tune that.
it would be very confusing.
The curlew.
Just make it a hornpipe. So you could do a hornpipe jig.
And the curlew and the curlew.
Did anybody ever write a song about puffins? Because those are Scottish birds.
Somebody should.
They should. They're wonderful.
I kind of want to incorporate the porgs from Star Wars in there because
Yes.
the whole fun fact for you guys. I mean, to most of y'all probably know this. The movie's been out for years, but if anybody watched the sequel trilogy of the Star Wars movies, there were these weird bird things on the island with Luke Skywalker called porgs.
And it was in Scotland.
They no, it wasn't. It was somewhere else in the universe.
Oh, I'm sorry. In a galaxy
Far,
far,
far away, yes. But basically, they had this island. There were puffins all over the island, and they couldn't move the puffins because of laws protecting them.
And puffins.
And so they CGI'd the puffins into porgs, and that's why you have so many porgs on that island. Is because they just couldn't move the puffins. I always thought that was delightful.
So a curlew is a species of Miminius.
That doesn't help at all.
It's a group of 9 species of birds characterized by long, slender, down-curved bills and mottled brown plumage.
Interesting.
The English name is imitative of the European curlew's call, but may have been influenced by the Old French courleau, messenger, from, I should let you read this, from courier to run, okay? Courier, yeah, to run. So anyway, first recorded in 1377 in something, Blouin, yada, yada, yada. Used refers to one species, the European curlew. But anyway, yeah.
Music Monday, in which Steve reads Wikipedia.
Yeah.
The
It's
name
cool,
of the
though.
tune can be like.
But it's got a really long beak. The beak is almost the length of his body.
Oh wow.
It could
It's
be
a long beak.
I've seen these.
the puffin who is a pork, or the pork who is a puffin.
Yes.
Or
And I
it
could
just
put,
be pork or
and
puffin.
I could put it with Maggie's pancakes.
Yes.
There's a great poem about a puffin that I grew up with, in which
a puffin is the shape of a muffin, and he lived on an island in the deep blue sea.
yes, the general summary of it is that the puffin he lived by himself on an island, and he ate a bunch of fish, and then he was sad because he had no friends, and the fish were like, hey, maybe don't eat us, and we'll be your friend. And he was like, that sounds like a great idea, and so then he ate pancakes.
Like you and like me.
Yeah.
Martin says he's annoyed he didn't get paper sheets because he doesn't have anything to light fire with.
You can print them.
So,
No, you can print them.
Print
and
that
light the
print out.
fire.
You got a
You can
printer on.
print out as many copies as you want
That's right.
and light the fire with
Light
them.
as many fires as you want, or one really big fire. Jillian, you're gonna play something for us, right? This is Music Monday. We've got a lot of music.
Okay.
I'm not getting new.
Pam, you have one of the top drummers in Northern Ireland watching. Mr. Trevor Cunningham had the pleasure of being in his corps for a few years. Legend. Like, right now? Like, Trevor is here? At this moment?
Damn, do a drum solo.
Hi,
No.
Trevor. How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
Let's
Yes,
bring
I
Martin
mean-
in and let Martin do a drum solo.
Yeah, really. I wasn't actually planning on doing anything, but I can
I
try.
thought you were going to.
Well, I mean, it was the last minute if we felt like having more music, but I guess we feel like
I think
having more
we feel
music.
like having more music.
Well, if Trevor's here, then you
Hey,
need
Trevor.
to. Is he actually here?
Well, somebody said he was.
That would be cool.
Maybe I'll play my award-winning hornpipe jig, even though I've played it for these people before.
Well, I think you should, so I can hear it again.
Okay, cool. It's a good set.
So I can
For
judge
the
you
one,
partially.
your grade 1, the one that beat
Grade-
Daniel Connor. Grade
Yes.
2.
I say this with all of the respect in the world. Daniel Caudle can eat my dick.
Daniel
If
Caudle,
Daniel Caudle ever sees this, I am so sorry.
Daniel lived with his father, a pipe major,
Yeah.
and
No,
you live with
what
your
if-
father, a pipe major.
I have a
So-
lot of fun making rivalries with people that, like, I've never actually met, but me and Daniel have been like this the entire time.
Yeah, last
And so
year,
whenever
grade
I actually beat him in something, I'm just like... But he's an amazing piper, so it really is, like, it makes me feel very good when I beat him in something. And when he beats me in something, it really doesn't hurt my feelings, because I've heard him play, and he's really good. So,
Well, I'm looking forward to Trevor. I am, if you are still there, I am just tickled pink. This is the coolest thing about the piping and drumming world, is that we all inhabit it, you know, fairly equally.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, we'll sit there and go, oh yeah, that person's amazing. But you can still sit down and have a beer with them. Or,
Yep.
whatever. Or
Beer
burn your
with
score sheets
Jillian.
with them.
beer with Jillian.
Beer with Jillian.
It is unifying. Everyone's on the same level.
Yes. Am I playing with you or not?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
this
just
is
gonna-
the hornpipe jig that I just won with. Hopefully.
Nobody loves me.
Huh?
Nobody loves me.
It's true.
Oh, and then y'all talked about doing the other thing.
Which other thing?
That's okay. Caledonian Canal?
Oh right, that's what we were gonna do.
Tell me what?
Caledonian Canal.
Yes.
Do you want me to play this solo?
No, let's play that. We're running out of time.
Okay, cool. Never mind. I'm not gonna play my hornpipe jig.
Besides,
We're gonna
Trevor
do
might not
Caledonian
be here
Canal.
long enough if we don't. So we need to play
Trevor's
some
a
drums.
snare drummer. Ugh.
All right. I knew we were forgetting something.
Yes.
So this is a Strasberg. We've had a really hard time with Strasbergs in the past. Not so much now, but
Well, like I said, we didn't grow up with them, so
Right.
it's hard for us to understand the rhythms.
Now, give me just a sec. I know.
I know, right?
Slow, molasses slow.
Fine.
Oh, she's gonna want to get right up here and.
I'll pull up my little Irish drum here.
No, you're right. It is.
Andante. Lightest drum in the world. Lightest drum in the world worth playing.
All right, Kelly.
Go.
Not a surprise.
Yes.
We went into the reel.
We almost went with the real after the second part of the Strasberg.
I saw that.
Yep. So we're just only playing two parts of that Strasberg. It's a good Strasberg though.
It is.
The first one I competed with, and I only competed with it because he competed with it first, and I heard him practice it all the time, so I basically knew it already. I just had to look up the music, make sure I was getting the fingerings, all the doublings and stuff right, the grace steps.
And that was the hard thing about that Strasberg. That's why I made this list of hard tunes.
Mhm.
Because when we first started out, playing doublings fast enough to play that tune is difficult.
It is.
Okay, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
What time is it?
We've been at it for 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, I guess this time. Is
So-
David here? Yes, David's here.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
So, funnily enough, we are going to end up with Scotland the Brave like we always do because it's just kind of a nice definitive ending to things. But weren't you telling me earlier that you had a really hard time with Scotland
Scotland
the
the
Brave?
Brave was the Rogues. The Rogues is a band that, like, back then they were called the Rogues of Scotland, and it included Laura Sloan and Jimmy Mitchell. Tom Campbell was with them. Randy Watke and Brian Blaylock were the group that I do. They're the ones that actually got me started.
Hi,
in bagpiping.
Ainsley.
They actually got me started in piping. But they recorded what they call their Brown CD. It's the first one they did, and it had 9 tunes on it with a bunch of jokes in the middle of it. But one of the tunes they did was Scotland the Brave in 2 Wings. And I'm listening to this as I'm working on a practice channel saying, holy cow, I will never, ever play this tune that fast. It's so fast. They played it at about 70 beats a minute. Actually, I guess it was a little faster than that, but it was dum ba-dum ba-da-ba-dee-dum. And it's
In
like,
fact,
that is so fast.
Their drummer plays with us now sometimes, and he complains
Randy,
about
yeah.
how fast we play it.
Yeah, as you will find out.
I mean,
but-
we do play it a little fast.
So before we go on, I do want to. Mark made a couple of things I just can't let
Okay.
go.
Oh, boy.
One, he's about 15 miles from the Andante factory,
Oh.
which is kind of awesome. Just gotta say. Next time I order an Andante drum, you can just go in there and call in the box and come for a visit. Because that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And also, he
Or
says
you can just go pick it up and spend the week with Martin.
he has another name for Trevor, and it's not Legend.
It's not legend.
Yep.
I'm just gonna let
There's
my
a story there.
imagination go. There is a story there. Absolutely.
So leave it up to the imagination. I'm sure whatever we come up with will be.
Pretty close.
Yep.
All right, well, let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
Yep. Funny story about Scotland the Brave from my perspective, though. I learned that by ear very quickly.
Yeah, by the time you were learning it,
Yeah, except
You
I
were
thought that it
already
was burls in there instead of floors.
no, it's floors.
Yeah.
So you learned it wrong.
Yeah, but I remember walking in the living room and going, I can play Scotland the Brave! And I'm like, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah.
No.
Hey, I was mostly right. Give me a break. I was like 10.
That's a good thing that I was a good piper. Because you'd be really screwed up
I know,
if I
right?
was a horrible piper.
But imagine
Quinn says
how
thanks.
good I would be if you were a better piper.
I know, right? Or if you had listened to me.
Quinn, you have a good Memorial Day weekend too.
Oh yeah, Memorial Day weekend's coming up, guys, and everybody enjoy that.
Yeah,
Are
it is.
we going live on Memorial Day?
Why not?
I mean, why not?
We're
yeah.
here.
Especially because we're about to have some travel and stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah.
and, you know, so.
Honor roll! Right! No?
Ta-da! Woo!
Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for coming by.
As always, good
Lovely
to
to
see
have
y'all.
you. And just go on with your day. You have been bagpiped well. Just quite adequately, maybe.
She brought another drum into the bagpipe room.
I did.
Yep.
That one.
She doesn't look upset about it. I'm not upset about it. It sounded really good with the stuff we
It
were
did.
playing.
It did. It really did.
Not even gonna pretend to be upset about that.
Ah, the snare's not in here.
All
You
right.
have, well, 1, 2, 3, 5 drums. You got 5 drums?
May I point out?
I
1,
have-
2, 3,
I have 1, 2,
4,
3, 4.
5.
I only have 5 sets of pipes.
Well, including my set there, you have
That's
5.
yours, and your other set is 6.
Yep.
Wait, now
And
I've got 1,
7
2,
with small pipes.
1, 2, 3, 4. I've only got 5. I got 5 sets of great high and 1 set of small. A man can't have too many bagpipes.
And yet you're gonna judge her for having too many drums.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Bye guys.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
Memorial Day weekend. We'll see y'all on Monday.